And at this point in time, I would allow the Honorable Duale to make his remarks. Ordinarily, they would be called his exit remarks.
Yes.
Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, following your communication a few minutes ago, let me make my exit speech as I hand over the instruments of the office of the leader of Majority Party to the new office holder. Indeed, just like the famous Swahili saying that kilicho kuwa na mwanzo hakikosi kuwa na mwisho. Today marks the end of my service as the first leader of Majority Party of this House under Article 108 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, to this end, I wish to thank the President of the Republic of Kenya and my party leader, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, the Deputy President, His Excellency William Ruto, and the entire Jubilee Party, including the members of Parliament, for having given me the opportunity to serve the people of Kenya as the leader of majority for the past 7 years now. Mr. Speaker, I also take this opportunity to again thank my colleagues from the minority party, those in the 11th Parliament led by my late brother, Honorable Nyenze, Honorable Jacob Midio, and the current leadership, led by my very, very good friend, and a man we joined Parliament together in the 10th Parliament, Honorable Bandi, and Honorable Mbui, who is a deputy. I also take this opportunity to again congratulate my able successor, the Honorable Amos Kimunya, as he takes over the office of the leader of Majority Party in the August House. Honorable Speaker, I know he has a wealth of experience, having served as a Minister for Finance and held various leadership positions in Parliament, and for this, I have no doubt in my mind that he has what it takes. Honorable Kimunya, I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best in your new appointment, and again, congratulations. Honorable Speaker, I have read many comments and views about what Kenyans are saying, that my shoes are too big to fit. This is not, however, for me to judge. All I know is that we wear different shoes, we walk differently, and we feel different in them. As you take up the new mantle, my distinguished colleague, Honorable Kimunya, please wear your shoes. Walk according to your style and how you feel. All that counts is that you serve the people of this great nation well. Honorable Speaker, my experience as a leader of majority taught me that as one pushes the agenda of the majority party, it is almost inevitable that one will make new friends, new enemies, and opponents, particularly within the party, depending on where their interests are. Interestingly, interests also keep evolving, and hence, one's opponents today might be his or her friends tomorrow, and vice versa. The most important thing is, while attempting to work with everyone, keep your eye off the ball and deliver the prize. Honorable Speaker, on that note, allow me to unconditionally ask for forgiveness and apologies to anyone in this House and outside who I may have offended in the course of executing my duties. I was simply doing my job. And such is the nature of the job, as Honorable Kimunya will come to appreciate soon. Honorable Speaker, during the 7 years of my service, I came to appreciate the professionalism of the technical staff of Parliament. Your office, Mr. Speaker, the office of the Clerk of the National Assembly, previously held by the late Justin Bundi, and now Mr. Michael Sialai, made my work less difficult. For this, I will forever be grateful, indebted to those officers and the very hard-working men and women who contributed to making the work got done effectively, efficiently, and with speed. Asanteni sana. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Speaker, as I exit, I am indeed proud to know that during my helm as the leader of majority, I was able to push through the agenda of the majority party effectively. The results are out there, and they speak for themselves. And hence, I will not belabor to lay out the same. I was not removed for inefficiency or lack of delivery, but it's simply the circle of the career of politicians. I therefore harbor no ill feelings or grudge. Honorable Speaker, lastly but not the least, I wish to appreciate my able staff that were drawn from all over the nation. I had incapable members of staff from Nyeri, Laikipia, Kisii, Nyanza, Garissa, among many other counties. I wish them all the best, and I will forever remain indebted for the support they accorded to me the last 7 years. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, allow me to inform my brother, Honorable Kimunya, that during the transition period, he is also free to consult me on anything. I indeed look forward to being of assistance to him as he settles into his new position. It's not my wish to let him grapple in darkness. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank all the members of Parliament, those who are in the 11th Parliament, who are here, and those who are outside, and those who are in the 12th Parliament, for the invaluable support they gave me during my tenure, and I will always be appreciative of the support they gave me. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the various directorates in Parliament, the Director of Legal Service and her staff, the Director of Budget Office and her staff, the Director of Legislative and Procedure, and the Director General. All these together, I want to thank them for the support they gave to my office. Let me say this prayer that is found in Islam, that there's no storm that God won't carry you through. There's no bridge that God won't help you cross. There's no battle that God won't help you win. Trust God and never give up. Amen. Honorable Speaker, finally, and before I retreat to the backbench to serve the great people of Garissa Township, who elected me 3 times in 3 different political parties. ODM brought me to this house, and I want to thank that party. It is the party that elected me into politics. And in 2013, they elected me under the United Republican Party. And in 2017, they elected me under the Jubilee Party. That alone shows that the people of Garissa Township elect the person, not the party. And they elect the person because of nothing but service delivery. And I'm sure, Mr. Speaker, as senior backbench, when I put my card, you'll give me a fair opportunity. You'll give me a fair opportunity as a ranking member to ask questions, to file statements, to file petitions, to join those who are singing during the VAT of 2018, and to join any other group who will be agitated on behalf of the people of Kenya. Speaker, when that comes, I want every member to count on me, because when you are the leader of majority, there are a number of things, and I'm sure my honorable colleague, the leader of minority himself, there are a number of things that you cannot do. But I think the remaining 2 years will help me get so many friends at the backbench. So if you see me with a statement not only on behalf of the people of Garissa Township, but on behalf of the people of Kenya. You see me with a question. You see me interrogating the executive. And I am sure I am up to the task to exercise the oversight, the representation, the budget making, and the legislative powers given to me by the Constitution on behalf of the people of Garissa Township. I want to tell the people of Garissa Township that I will remain the first occupant of the Leader of Majority office, and I'm sure maybe the longest, for now the longest. In 2013, there were many majority leaders, there were many minority leaders, but I happen to be the longest. 7 years is not a short period. And I am sure I wish those who will come after me, including Honorable Kimunya, that today you will find an office that has the necessary infrastructure, an office that has the capacity, an office that has the linkage with all arms of government. I want to thank, Mr. Speaker, if you allow me, finally, the Office of the Attorney General, the State Law Office, both the former AG, Professor Gidi Mugai, who I've worked very closely with, and the current AG, former Court of Appeal Judge Kihara. I want to thank all the cabinet ministers and principal secretaries, and those who are in the executive and in the judiciary, who in the 7 years we worked together to make sure that their issues and the issues of the executive has been brought to the floor of the House. Finally, Mr. Speaker, as I retreat to the backbench, allow me to hand over this file to the incoming Leader of Majority as his starter pack. It includes, among other things, a brief dealing with the pending business in the House and the majority party business that originated in this House, but is now pending in the Senate. The pending business in the pack includes bills by the majority party, which is from the executive, bills of committees and private members, motions, sessional papers, treaties, among other things. I hope that this symbolic handover becomes part of the practice of the House. Mr. Speaker, this includes my handing over letter, and I want to make it on record and be part of the record of the Hansard that I am handing over bills undergoing mediation, bills passed by the National Assembly and pending in the Senate, bills awaiting second reading, bills awaiting first reading, bills awaiting processing for publication, bills which have been withdrawn, pending treaties, protocols, and agreements, sessional papers, private members' bills, and any other business. If you allow me, Mr. Speaker, as I take my seat as a backbencher, let me hand over this file to Honorable Kimunya and ask him to come and take the seat that I have warmed for the last 7 years, and I wish him all the best.
Well, very well. As you exchange the seats, I, of course, again, you've already been thanked by the speakership for the diligent work that you've done for the last 7 years, but most importantly, for the magnanimity in your handing over. In many cases, people who do this kind of handover would probably even not be available to do such, so it is good. Probably it's because of the fact that you are a battle-hardened politician, just like the gentleman who is also taking over from you. I'm also informed that he's also equally battle-hardened. So thank you again. Thank you once more, Honorable Aden Duale. you did your work and did it well. We wish well to the new majority leader. And I'm trying to get a sign from him. Maybe he would want to probably have an acceptance speech. If he does, that would be fine. If you want to do it later, I can see already you have a handful. You probably would be having quite a lot of work this morning as you assume the new office. So would you want to say something, Honorable Kimunya? Honorable Dr. Kimunya.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me at the outset to, first of all, thank the party leader of the Jubilee Coalition, His Excellency President Uhuru and Kenyatta, for nominating me and the party members for endorsing me to take over this challenging office. I know it's challenging because in the 10th Parliament, I had the responsibility as Deputy Leader of Government Business, but technically became the de facto Leader of Government Business for the last 3 years of the 10th Parliament. So I know the drill and what it means, and that it really takes you being seated here and takes away from family, takes you away from constituents, takes away from basically the other things you want to do. And it's against that background that I want to recognize the sacrifice and effort that my predecessor, the Honorable Aden Duale, has put in this office for the last 7 years. I've been here in the 12th Parliament since 2017, and I've been watching him. We've worked together. Fortunately, we are good friends. We've worked together through the House Business Committee, and even here in Parliament. And I've seen the amount of time he's actually put in being in this House, being in the committees, constantly on the phone, consulting, being the linkage with the ministries, sorting out the issues between the committees and the ministries. So I've been learning from him without necessarily thinking that I'll eventually take over from him. So I want to really thank for the lessons given so far. And you have promised, obviously, to be there for me, because there's certainly, obviously, some things that you gain. 7 years experience is not anything. You cannot do something for 7 years and not learn some intricate ways of getting things done. So I really want to have on record my personal appreciation, and His Excellency President also did express the party appreciation, and would like to have it on the Hansard, the appreciation of the Jubilee Coalition for the work that the Honorable Duale has put over the last 7 years. And I know the people of Garissa Town constituency may not have appreciated what you do in the House, because it's like, how does it translate to issues on the ground? Now, perhaps within the next 2 or so years, it will give you also an opportunity to get back to them and they see on the ground and get to understand what you've been doing for the last 7 years. I did 10 years, Mr. Speaker, if you recall, in cabinet. The people of Kibiperi at some point even decided, now what's this man doing? He's out there in the ministry. We want an MP on the ground. And they made a change in 2013. But I took it very positively, and I said, it's a nice break for me to also reconsider what I need to do for my personal development. And I went back to school. And, I think that was the best investment I made of that period when I was away. So at times, nature provides you with an opportunity to redefine yourself. And I want to ask my friend Aden Duale to look at it from that perspective. There are some crucibles or so-called crucibles in leadership that comes and it changes your life, and you start thinking, yes, I've been doing this, but is there something else I probably should be doing? And gives you time to start preparing. So I would like to really ask that we continue working together. We bring the unification of this country together, the unity of our party, working together with our colleagues from the minority party for the better good of the Kenyan people, and to at least also shape up this 12th parliament so that we can say that the investment over the next 7 years, plus what we're going to invest now, will make the 13th parliament look at the 12th parliament as the one that really set the standard for the future. So, Mr. Speaker, I don't want to continue saying a lot. I could get emotional, but it's a good thing to do, and I'm also happy that we've actually done it through this formal process, this being the first handover of the majority party, and I hope that we will have set the pace for what will happen in the future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and once again, thank you, Aden Duale, for what you've done and the continued friendship we're going to enjoy as we work together for the Kenyan people.
Okay.